to this hour. We're going to be speaking to our resource speaker. Tama, speaking to our, ano ba? Ano, redundant. So we're very privileged today to be chatting with our guest. Ito po, siya po ay paalis din ng bansa, palabas din ng Qatar. Later today, no? Tama po ba? Sige. Let's talk to him. Oh, before we get him on air, kailangan na ma-introduce ko muna itong si Sir ng mabuti. Gagalingan ko. Wait lang. Ito na. Gagalingan ko talagang introduction. Here we go. So our resource speaker is a keynote speaker for several international conferences and seminars in the US, Qatar, and Philippines on the topics related to business strategy, stock market, banking risk management, internal controls, and global leadership. He was an advisor to central banks, global banks, and regional banks in the Middle East. Siya rin po ay recipient of the prestigious Global Professional Scholarship Program for the Global Executive Master of Business Administration sa Hult International Business School. Yan po ay based sa Cambridge, Massachusetts in the USA. And he also completed the Executive Leadership Program naman po sa Harvard. So bigatin po ang ating guest. Kaya i-ready nyo na po mga tanong ninyo, kabayan ha. Libre pong consultation. On air. He has been providing advisory services to global and publicly listed companies for over 17 years and served as a faculty member at the De La Salle University, Manila. Gayon na rin po sa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila. Siya po ay, mamaya, this part pala ipapa-explain natin sa kanya. He has titles after his name and he will tell us more about that. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you, kabayan, we've got Mr. Lyndon Magsino. Ayan. Hi sir, how are you?
Hello, good morning to our listeners. Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning sir. I'm so happy na you made it to our interview today because I know you're gonna be busy. Una sa lahat, kumpletuhin muna natin ang iyong title. Ano yung mga titles sir sa pagkatapos ng pangalan mo? Memorize mo ba silang lahat?
Yes, yes.
Explain mo sir, you are a CPA first of all.
Yes, CPA means Certified Public Accountant.
Okay. What comes after that?
CIA, Certified Internal Auditor. That's a US certification.
Opo.
And then we have CFSA, Certified Financial Services Auditor.
Opo.
Yes, and then we have CRMA, Certified Risk Management Assurance.
Ayun, risk management.
And then I also have the US CPA.
Yes. Ayun po yung IFQ. Tama po ba?
IFQ is Islamic Finance Qualification.
Ayun.
From the UK.
Sinasabi ko na nga ba, buti na lang napaunlakan mo kami, Sir Lyndon. Alright, so you're in Qatar because later tonight, I understand that you're gonna be at an award ceremony.
Yes.
And I feel like you got this in the bag, so I'm giving you an advance congratulations.
Thank you.
But just being here and now you're speaking to us, para naman po, mabigyan natin ng konting tips ba yung ating mga kabayan. Because you are an expert in the many fields of finance. I mean, yun ay all-encompassing ka na sir eh. I mean, para ka ng si Transformers, lahat na. Di ba? Para kang limang components put together into one. So, sasamantalahin po natin itong pagkakataon, Sir Lyndon. First of all, why did you choose to be in the finance industry?
It's a long story. I've been influenced by my father. He is an accountant, and he worked in the government for quite a long time. And sabi niya, why don't you take accountancy? Mahina tayo sa math na tayo high school.
Hindi ka naniniwala.
And then originally what I want to be is to become a pilot.
Oh, okay.
I want to be a driver of the plane.
Right.
Pero dito tayo nilagay ni Lord. So sabi ko, sige, why not? And then it turns out to be beautiful. So I'm happy for that.
No, sir, your achievements have paved or have opened doors for you. Is it a conscious effort on your part talaga na eventually dumating ka sa ganitong punto at ikaw naman yung nagtuturo? Kasi of course I'm sure you've had mentors, you've had trainers and your teachers who helped you to get where you are. Pero did you ever envision yourself being the teacher or being the one who's now an expert in sharing your knowledge?
Okay. Again, this is a long story. I have one of my weaknesses is actually public speaking.
Again, hindi rin ako naniniwala.
And you won't believe, I try to confront my weakness by teaching. So,
Nice.
nagturo ako sa De La Salle University sa Manila.
Opo.
And sa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila. not to really share knowledge at that point in time, but then to really confront my weakness. And then eventually, I found out I love teaching. Yun. And my number one principle is I always invest in learning, and that's what
Right.
we are trying to promote sa mga kababayan natin.
Opo.
Na before you do anything else, before you even plan for yourself, before you even start a business or invest your hard-earned money to anywhere,
Opo.
invest in learning first. Yun yung gusto kong itakal natin, and then we'll go around that.
Education.
Education talaga.
My goodness, parang sir, sasabihin ko sana, you have got to bump this gaganon sana ako. But, kasi ako naniniwala rin ako na ang pinakamalaking preparasyon natin na dapat gawin before po tayo mag-jump into anything is to educate.
Yes.
Tayo po muna, di ba? And then you have to research. If you need to go back to school, then I think you must. And it's great to have somebody like you who's now touring the Middle East, nagtuturo ka rin sa Pilipinas, na yan ang advocacy mo. Would you say that education is your top advocacy?
That's right. That's my number one advocacy, because education is our ultimate weapon
Tama.
to compete globally. Kasi for example, we are here in Doha, and hindi lang tayo nakikipagkompetensya sa kapwa natin lahi. Ang competition is global.
Right.
So for us, and we are the so-called global Filipinos nowadays. And for us to be able to compete, we need to be equipped, we need to be knowledgeable, we need to be competent, skilled. So all of those factors are necessary for us to survive in this, we call it in Harvard, we call it the VUCA world.
The VUCA world?
Yes.
What does that mean?
VUCA means volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment.
You make it sound like walang forever. Parang walang certainty sa mundo.
So yes. And that's applicable even in business, in investments, in career, family, relationships. So alam mo, marami tayong mga kababayan, complex or yung mga pinagdadaanan. So we need this kind of knowledge for us to be able to compete. So kidding aside, education for me is a main priority before we do anything else.
I totally agree. Doon po sa mga nakikinig pala sa atin on their FM, on the FM band, and also on the live streaming, which is on our website, www.kabayanfm.com. We're very happy to let you know that we are also live on Facebook, all right? And si Sir Lyndon yata ngayon may nagaganap ding Facebook live sa kanyang page. So, diba? So we have a 2-cam setup now in the studio, the migrant workers perspective. Okay? And let me paint you a picture sa lahat po nakikinig. Ako po ay first time na OFW.
Oh, really?
Okay, yes I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I finally decided to embark on this journey because my husband is based here. But now I had to leave everything behind in the Philippines. I want to create my wealth because your book is all about that. Creating wealth for the Filipinos. And let's talk about that later. Pero para po sa isang migrant worker katulad ko, how do I create wealth? Where do I even begin? What's the first thing I have to do?
Number one, invest in learning. Invest in learning. Number two, due diligence. Okay, creating wealth is not it should not be like coming from an incident or something na tumama ka sa loto. Creating wealth requires energy, effort, and for me, the formula for success composed of 3 things. Number one is hard work.
Meron na tayo niyan sa
Maraming hardworking Filipinos tayo dito.
Yes.
Number 2 is grit.
Grit. I've heard of this word many times before.
Or we call it perseverance. And number 3 is knowledge. So if you combine all of those, that's success.
Okay.
Now, for me, creating wealth is, or investing, or entering into a business is like driving in a highway. Very, very dangerous to put or give your hard-earned money to anyone na hindi mo sigurado, hindi mo kilala. So, for me, investing is like driving. Very dangerous. Anything can happen. But investing without knowledge is like driving with a blindfold.
Oh, malala.
Ganon katindi yan. So, if you think you are, and ask a lot of Filipinos now, and I was talking in one engagement last week.
Opo.
Nagtanong ako, sino dito may mga investments? Siguro mga 50% tumaas.
Nagtaas na kamay. Okay, good.
Sino dito ang nag-analyze, nag-due diligence? It's a very highly jargon kind of words. Diligence. In Tagalog, we call it kilatis. Sino ang nagkilatis ng investment nyo before kayo nag-invest? Nobody raised their hand.
Oh my.
So, ganun kalala. So,
Okay.
sabi ko, starting today, you need to start due diligence. So, number one, invest in learning. Number two, diligence. Kilatisin mo. And I have a formula for diligence. Maybe sa sunod na segment natin, I'll discuss that. And number three, recommendation or inputs from my side is invest as early as possible. Invest while you are young. Because investment is like a partner. It should grow with you.
Yun.
Because in any investment, and even when you calculate returns, we call it return on investment or the so-called ROI,
Opo.
it requires time. It requires time.
So parang yung halaman na tumutubo.
Yes, hindi pwedeng quick rich mindset tayo na nagbigay ako ng nag-invest ako sa ngayon, bukas nasaan ang kita ko. Hindi ganoon. So
Ay, marami akong kakilalang ganyan.
because it requires time.
Yes, totoo naman. Now, Sir Lyndon, so we touched base on the principle and the values that you must have.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to my scenario now. Okay, nandito na ako. I want to save. When I save, ang naisip kasi ng ang common folk Filipino working abroad is that you work, you have the grit, you persevere, and then now you're studying slowly but surely. But at the same time, kapag ako po'y sumweldo, yan po ay didiretso ng Pilipinas.
Ay, naku,
Nire-remit natin, tama?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, given that scenario, pag ako'y nagpadala ng pera sa Pilipinas, ano yung mga kailangan kong i-prepare? Ang pinapadala ko sa pamilya ko, kailangan ko ba silang kausapin? Para gayon din, sila, partner ko rin sila in helping me save. Tama ba ang scenario dito? What would you advise?
Okay. Number one, I would like to give a heads up. Baka yung aking mga prinsipyo ay taliwas sa mga pinagdadaanan ng ating kababayan. So, ipagpaumanhin niyo kung ang aking mga recommendation ay talagang striking. So, paumanhin na. Unang-una, our salary cannot sustain our needs. That's the reality. Why? If you look at yung cash flows natin, yung inflow at saka ng outflow ng cash, yung outflow, sobrang dami niyan. Tatawag yung dami remittances, yung renta, yung pagkain, transportation, and so and so. So and then may tatawag pang mga emergency sa Pilipinas. Okay, anak, kuya, ate, magpadala ka dito kay ganito. So the number one rule or the number one way for you to sustain the multiple outflows is to have a multiple inflows as well.
Yun, multiple
Okay.
na income.
And that is what I call M-vestor. You can be an employee from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6, but at the same time, during your free time, lunch break, weekends, wag mo sayangin sa Korean novela or sa mga teleserye, you start investing, you start analyzing, you start reading. Ang daming mga free courses natin. You go online, ang daming mong pwedeng mga free mga free education materials na yan. So for us, we don't have any excuse not to be prosperous. No excuse at all, because lahat ng tao, especially mga global Filipinos, meron tayong pantay-pantay na kapital.
Ano po yun?
Alam mo yung sasabihin kasi may mga nagtatanong sa akin, sir, wala akong kapital wala akong pangpuhunan sa negosyo, wala akong puhunan sa wala akong pang-invest. Kasi yung sweldo ko kulang pa sa padala ko. Sabi ko, hindi, mali yan. Meron tayong pantay-pantay na kapital, and that's what you call 24 hours in a day. Meron tayong time. So, ano yung time na yon? So, halimbawa, meron kang weekend. Anong ginagawa mo for you to create the second source? Even Warren Buffett said, never rely on a single source of income. Always create that second source. So kinakailangan mong mag-create ng multiple inflows for you to sustain the multiple outflows. Pataasin mo ang kamay dyan. Sino mga kababayan natin na isa lang ang outflow?
Parang wala naman.
Remittance, sa sarili pa lang niya, ang dami ng butas dyan. Yung, kumbaga sa wallet, ang daming tulo, di ba?
Sir, alam mo, ang migrant worker, basta ang Pilipino nag-abroad, mas maraming outflow yan.
Mas maraming.
Biglang nagkakaroon ng maraming emergency sa Pilipinas.
And that's what we understand. Kasi pag nag-abroad tayo, hindi lang tayo nag-abroad or kumikita para sa sarili natin. Para yan sa buong pamilya, di ba? Which is, I understand. Now, for you to sustain that, you need to create multiple inflows as well. So yun ang gusto kong itakal din natin. Kung may mga question kayo, how can you create that kind of multiple inflows? Now, another thing yung binanggit mo kanina, ang daming remittances, padala, ganyan.
Opo.
So, meron tayong prinsipyo na instead of giving them a fish that will feed them for one day, teach them how to catch the fish so that they can feed themselves for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Bigyan mo ng konting puhunan, maliit na negosyo, mag-farming, mag-alaga ng baka, anything na pagkakakitaan nila, and then doon sila lalago, doon sila magkakaroon self-sustaining kind of life. Yung pamilya natin sa Pilipinas.
Tama.
Tuturuan natin silang in Tagalog magbanat din ng buto.
Tama. So it always, I appreciate and I love how your values and yung mga teachings mo, Sir Lyndon, just goes back to your main core, which is educating the Filipino. Kasi yun nga, sabi mo nga, that's the best weapon, di ba? Sabi nga against poverty, or I guess para to get yourself out of the rat race, yung tinatawag natin. Tatrabaho, uuwi, mag-iipon, and that's just one big cycle.
Just like a cycle.
Oo. Pero we have to admit also na ang Pilipino kasi kapag nag-OFW yan, parang tayong nagiging cash cow.
Totoo
Tama?
yan.
Oo. Parang,
dami makaka-relate dyan.
how do you break that cycle? And I said, like you said, it's educating our family as well.
Yes. So number one is you need to create a multiple inflow. Okay. Number two, teach our families back home na magsimulang magnegosyo din. Turuan mo rin. So whatever learnings you get from here, ipasa mo sa kanila.
I-share.
Turuan mo rin sila. Oh, inay, tay, oh, kuya, ganito ang gawin natin. Magplano tayo. How about magnegosyo tayo dyan? Magtayo tayo ng maliit na tindahan sa baba ng bahay natin, or karinderya. Or if you have a big scale of investment or capital, go for one time, big time. Mag-alaga ka ng mag-farming, mag-alaga ka ng hayop, bilhan mo ng any machinery that can generate cash. And that's the definition of investment.
Right.
Maraming mga kababayan natin makita yung SALE sa mall.
Ala, patay.
Nag-algorithmic calculation yan.
And a big red sign.
Red sign. So, sabi, investment ito kasi bibili ako ng bagong bags kasi mga investment ko yan, ang daming mga gadgets and so and so.
Can we once and for all bust this myth? Is
Yes.
that an investment, or is it, oh wait, hang on. Call to prayer po muna tayo.
Usapang OFW. Usapang OFW.
Yup, Usapang OFW, and today we've got Sir Lyndon. Siya po ang ating resource person / guest. Lyndon Magsino po, founder of the Philippine Business School. We'll talk about that a little later, and of course your book, because you're a published author. And congratulations. When did you publish your book, sir, pala?
You mean where?
When did you publish?
I just launched it in last November 19.
Oh, you did?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations!
It's published in the Philippines.
Oh, fresh
And
na
it will
fresh
be
pala.
available at the National Bookstore very soon.
Yan, congratulations. So this is you're off of fresh off of this launch pala.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back to investment kanina. Kasi nabanggit mo, the red big sign, the sale, nagka-calculate na sa mga utak nila ang ating mga kabayan kapag may sale na ganyan. And they insist on saying that it's an investment.
They try to rationalize.
When they buy something. But okay, let's debunk this myth. When buying something, say a bag or a car or whatever, is it an actual investment?
Okay. I will tell you 2 definitions of investment.
Great. All right,
Okay.
sir. We're ready for
And then from there, doon tayo iikot.
Sige po.
Number 1, it should be income-generating asset.
Mhm.
Kapag bumili ka ng bahay, tinirhan mo, hindi yan investment.
Tama.
Kapag yan ay bumili ka ng kotse, ginamit mo pang service sa opisina, hindi yan investment. Asset yan, pero hindi siya investment.
Okay.
So number 1 is, it should be income or cash flow generating asset.
Opo.
Pag hindi yan nagja-generate ng income, hindi yan investment.
Mhm.
Okay? Number 2 is, it should appreciate in value. So that's what we call capital gains. So dapat nag-appreciate yan. Yung value niyan, let's say today is 100, tomorrow it could be 120. Or after a year or
Well,
after 2 years.
20% na kagad.
So it should appreciate in value.
Opo.
And number 3 in the definition is, it has the elements of risks and reward. So you talk about returns. So yun yung ating pinag-usapan kanina. Naglabas ka ng pera, magkano ang bumalik? Pag walang bumalik, hindi yan investment.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ang tawag doon ay kalokohan.
Sige.
Malaking pagkakamali.
Maraming hugot dyan sa mga kababayan natin na they try to rationalize o may nakitang magandang bags or gadget, investment ito. So the reality, it's not. Sorry to say. It's not an investment.
That's very clear. Clear as bell.
Yes.
I like how you laid out those 3 points, and I'm sure you're learning today as well. Yung mga nakikinig po sa atin sa FM Band, you can also watch si Sir Lyndon at fresh na fresh siya ngayon dahil mamaya meron siyang pupuntahan ding gathering. Dapat fresh din siya papunta doon mamaya. So hindi muna natin siya masyadong i-harass. Pero may mga tanong tayo.
Yes.
Sasagutin naman ni Sir Lyndon. So we're live on Facebook. So go right ahead and watch that as well, alright? So, sir, balik po tayo dun sa savings. Kasi ang mga, sabihin na lang natin, may mga OFW po tayong mga nakikinig na wala pa sa kanilang isip ang mag-invest. Gusto muna nilang mag-ipon. Ano po ba ang kailangan nilang unang gawin? Kasi dito, maaring wala silang savings account, ipagpalagay na natin. What is the first step? Do they have to open an account in the Philippines and that's where they put their money? Ano po ba ang mga steps dito, sir?
Okay. Sa atin ngayon, imposible ka nang mabuhay na wala kang bank account or investment account. So, kinakailangan, meron ka talagang pagtataguan ng pera. And that's why we call the cash as the most liquid asset. Alam mo kung bakit? That's why it's called liquid. It's a very international accounting term. Cash is the most liquid asset because it is very, very liquid. Meaning, kahit anong tago mo dyan, tumutulo yan.
Literal talaga.
Literal yan. Literal, yes.
I didn't know the origin
international
of this term.
terminology yan.
Oh my,
Cash is the most liquid asset kasi kahit anong ilagay mo sa palad mo yan, sa wallet mo, ikandado mo sa baul yan, tutulo yan. Mawawala yan.
Gotcha.
So, you need to have a secured place. And that can be an account na wala kang access. Na hindi at any time mawi-withdraw mo. Yung medyo mahirap withdrawin. Ganon. Halimbawa, nag-open ka ng bank account sa Pilipinas, iwanan mo sa Pilipinas yung ATM or passbook. Tapos padala ka ng padala. Blindly, padala ka ng kahit magkano, 10% of your income, 20%. Padala mo lang doon. Every month. And then, makikita mo, meron ka ng savings. So that's number one. You need to start saving for your future. Number two, our number one capital as a global Filipino is our health.
Correct.
So you need to secure kasi hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa anak mo o sa dependents mo na anak, pasensya na, hindi ka mag-aaral this year kasi nagkasakit ako hindi ko na kaya magtrabaho, hindi ko na kaya magpadala sa iyo. Or anak, hindi ka nakakain kasi nagkasakit ako. So you need to secure your number one capital, which is your health.
Right.
Okay? So the good thing here, meron tayong medical insurance. Pero I would suggest get an insurance for yourself, for your spouse, for your family, which can be life insurance. Pinopromote ko rin yan kasi tayo as OFW, number one capital natin, health. Pag anything goes wrong, pati yung dependents natin maapektuhan. So, i-secure mo yun.
Knock on wood.
And then, doon ka na magsimulang mag-invest ka sa iba't ibang investment opportunities or investment vehicles, or maybe some people are thinking about investing in a business or starting up a business. So that's where you will go at the next level na.
Right.
So number one, start saving kasi you cannot invest, you cannot start a business without money.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
So save ka muna. Kung wala ka pang savings, think about how you can maximize your time to create that kind of, adequate savings, and then saka ka magsimula mag-invest.
Yan ang gagawin mong puhunan.
Yung time mo ang gagawin mong puhunan, online selling, and then maliit na negosyo, buy and sell, anything that you can maximize your time, make it productive, na kikita ka. And then from there, palaguin mo na.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, while you're actually doing it, ang pinakamahirap dito yung magsimula
Oo.
But while you're actually doing it, you will start building a momentum. Pag kumikita ka na sa investments mo, pag mayroon ka ng savings, ay nako, hindi ka natitigil. Because you already build the momentum.
Inshallah, sana nga ganyan.
So before you build the momentum, you need to struggle. Like for example, an airplane requires at least additional 3,000% of fuel upon takeoff. Ganon katindi. So you need to have an extra effort for you to drag yourself and start. Once you have started it, that's where you will build the momentum.
Right.
And when you build the momentum, hindi yan smooth sailing journey.
Oo.
May mga challenges yan, may biglang may tatawag sa'yo, oh, kailangan ko ng ganito, madidisrupt yung momentum mo. But you need to keep on doing and doing and doing it again and again and again.
Right.
And then once you build the momentum, that's where you will succeed.
Ito na yung tinatawag natin kanina yung binanggit mo, Sir Lyndon, yung grit.
Grit,
No, yung
yes.
perseverance.
Perseverance.
Right? Now, I also want to ask you about, I'm sure some of our kabayans have heard of the term emergency fund.
Yes.
Maaring siguro dito, not entirely applicable sa atin, pero pag kunyari nasa Pinas sila, what is emergency fund at ano po ba yan? Para saan po?
Okay. Emergency fund is something that you don't build overnight. You need to start building the emergency fund from the time you start the budgeting. Okay? For example, kumikita ka ng, let's say, 5,000 reals, 10,000, 20,000. So, doon sa budget planning mo, maglaan ka na ng 5%, 20%, something na kaya mong i-sustain, i-continue na hindi yung, magbibuild ako ng emergency fund this month and then next month wala
na.
So dapat gradually yon kasi emergency fund is something that may happen at the time you never expect.
Yes.
So while you are healthy, while everything is smooth, parang langgam na habang tag-init nag-i-imbak. Ganun din yung prinsipyo, basic principle. So sa budgeting mo, isama mo na agad 5%, 10% na i-allocate mo yan, hindi mo yan gagalawin. Itago mo yan, i-deposit mo sa account na hindi mo na-access, hindi mo mawi-withdraw. And then, doon ka magsimula. So, yung emergency fund mo should be part of your budget. So, I'm sure maraming alam, ano ba yung budget? Ito yung setting aside certain portion of your income to a specific purpose. So, for example, out of 10,000, mag-budget ka ng 500, 100, or anything for emergency fund, for your operating expenses. Something na hindi ma-disrupt yung inyong lifestyle.
Correct.
I'm not saying na magtipid ka na magtipid, mag-ipon ka na mag-ipon, wag kang mag-enjoy sa buhay mo. Hindi ganon.
Pero wag ka nang kumain.
Wag ka nang kumain. So, I'm still promoting you enjoy life. Kasi nagpapakahirap ka magtrabaho. At the same time, kailangan mo ng compliment sa sarili mo. Minsan-minsan, i-dine out mo ang sarili mo, kumain ka sa labas, mag-check-in ka sa hotel, staycation, or whatever. But then, never forget setting aside certain portion for emergency purposes, for savings, for investment.
Right. So may mga tanong na tayo dito, Sir Lyndon. Again, if you have just tuned in, this is Usapang OFW. We've got our special guest today, and he's the founder of Philippine Business School, and he's got a lot to of course give us like tips and ito nga, natututo tayo sa larangan ng pagtitipid, finances natin, and we're just scratching the surface here, and we've only got him for a limited time. Mr. Lyndon Magsino, yan po mga nanonood din sa ating Facebook Live on Usapang OFW. We're gonna be taking a break because I need to check your questions at Sir Lyndon.
Yes,
papaunlak na ba tayo? Alright,
yes,
sige mamaya.
yes.
We'll have to play a quick song here and then come right back with more right here on Usapang OFW. Something from the police this time, track called Pogi. Yan. Keep it locked here on Kabayan Radio 94.3. Ayan, tayo po'y natututo ngayon sa money or creating wealth. Ayan. Okay, let's talk about this before my question. Pag-usapan, sinisignalan ako ni Sir Lyndon. Sir, ikaw na mag-announce pala nito para mas malupit.
Okay.
Mamimigay tayo ng prizes.
Okay.
Oo.
Sa mga interested kababayan natin na may mga magandang tanong, so siguro piliin mo yung pinaka-best question na talagang common sa mga struggles natin sa kababayan natin. We will give a copy of Piso Master Book.
Ayan. Pakita mo sa ating Facebook Live, Sir. Yan.
Piso means passive income from stocks ownership.
Yun.
Yan. So, talks about investments. It has 10 chapters. Andito rin yung tinapi ko kanina, diligence.
Opo.
Napakagandang formula niyan. Andito rin yung how to invest in stock market, how to use the stock market as a platform to create a second source. Ito, legitimate ito.
Opo.
You can invest in the Philippines or elsewhere. Open your trading or investment account in any bank or any investment company, and then start from there. Then meron ditong mga trading strategies, investment strategies na siguro later on pag-usapan din natin. Ano pa
Yes.
magandang strategy ko dito sa ganitong sitwasyon?
Pag sa investments and sa stocks.
So stay tuned in. We will give away at least 2 copies of Piso Master.
Oo. At ito po ay, kasi published author nga rin po si Sir Lyndon, and he had just recently launched this book. It will be available kung kayo po ay nakikinig mula sa Pilipinas, on our Facebook Live, or you're watching live as we speak, then this is going to be available at National Bookstore outlets,
Yes,
right?
very soon, yes.
Excellent. All right. So, pamimigay natin yan. So, if you have questions right now, kabayan, go right ahead and post under our screen yung live. Pwede rin naman dun yan sa ilalim ng, may poster din kasi tayo sa Facebook wall natin, Sir Lyndon.
Okay.
Kasi may libro na ako, binigyan mo ako kahapon.
Yes.
Pero may magandang tanong ako dito ngayon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So we touched on savings bilang OFW and investment, which are 2 of the main components of creating wealth as an OFW. But ang pinaka-main dyan is, ang nagre-resonate talaga sa akin is education. Educate yourself. Yung term mo kanina ay magsiyasa? Tama ba?
Kilatis.
Kilatisin mo. Magtanong ka if you don't know. And I think to add to that point is you have to approach the right people like yourself, mga experts po dito sa pag-create ng wealth as a migrant worker. Now, my next question is utang. Okay, hindi naman natin may iwasan ng utang, tama? Ano po yung what's your take about the idea of 5-6? Kasi sa atin sa Pilipinas uso ang 5-6.
Okay.
Pero ano po ba talaga ang 5-6 kung himayin natin?
Okay. 5-6 is you borrow 5, you pay 6 in a month. So that's about 20% per month. That's even higher than borrowing money from credit card, which is like about 3% per month.
Yes.
Higher than the personal loan of about 6-7% per year. Ito pinag-uusapan natin 20% per month.
Buwan-buwan.
Buwan-buwan.
Aray
So,
ko po. Oh.
ang masaklap dito, you thought you are you're trying to recover, you're trying to invest, or you're trying to save money, but the reality is you're like digging further.
Oo.
So, mas maraming instances or example tayo na mas nalulubog sa utang, mas lumulubog sa financial matters yung mga kababayan natin because of this kind of scheme. So personally, I don't have anything against them. I don't have anything against sa ganitong klaseng platform. Pero babalik tayo sa unang topic natin, invest in learning, dapat alam mo ang pinapasok mo, diligence first, kilatisin mo muna, and I would not recommend na you borrow from 5-6 for investment purposes. Okay?
Ayan na. Okay.
Itong mga ganitong opportunity 5-6 or borrowing money, I would recommend this for emergency purposes.
Yes.
Yung talagang wala ka nang mapuntahan.
Wala ka nang malapitan.
Wala ka nang malapitan. Pero nakakalakad ka pa naman or humihinga ka pa,
Oo.
may time ka pa, you create your own money, okay? Rather than borrowing for investment purposes. Okay? So 20% is too much. Malaki yan. Now, the sad part is kapag umutang ka sa 5-6, to think nakikita ka higher than 20% per month. And you know, in investment, walang kasiguraduhan dyan eh. Even in business, it may take even Alibaba took them 16 years for them to take off.
No? My goodness.
So imagine kung 20% per month for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
10 years, 15 years
Oo.
before pa mag-boost talaga yung business mo or yung investment mo, how will you sustain the interest from your borrowings?
I
Coming from the investment or coming from business.
Yeah.
Imposible.
It looks so bleak. I mean, now that you're painting us the
Ah.
picture, parang sabi ko nga, no? Ang daming taon nun na ganun
Ah.
kalaki yung inyong interest.
Oh. But meron tayong tinatawag na financial leverage. Medyo highfalutin jargon to. Pero yung financial leverage is it's in simple layman explanation is if you can borrow at a very low cost, meaning yung interest is let's say 3%, 5%,
Opo.
which is lower than the expected return
Yung
coming
kita.
from investment,
Opo.
yung kita ng business,
Mm-mm.
that's good.
Okay.
So make yourself at least times 3, times 4. For example, ang iyong ang interest mo coming from the bank or from borrowings is let's say 5%.
Opo.
Dapat yung kinikita mo is at least 15%.
Ganun kalaki ang margin.
Ganun kalaking margin mo.
Opo.
Why? Why I say that? Because may fluctuation yan.
Mm-mm.
So yung volatility niyan, halimbawa from 15 yung expected return mo, bumaba yan ng 12.
Mm-mm.
Meron ka pa ring how much? 7
Oo.
buffer. Meron ka pa ring parang cushion mo. Bumaba yan into 8, meron ka pa ring 5. Eh kung yan is 5:5, bumaba yan ng 3, lugi ka pa.
So hindi ka pamumulubi.
Hindi ka mamumulube. So, and that is what we need to think. There's no such thing as bad investment.
Mm-mm.
But there are so many careless investors. Yun lang yun.
Mm.
So, kilatisin mo, diligence mo, yung ito bang investment na to is enough to sustain and for me to be able to pay yung ating tinatawag na DSR, debt service ratio. Kaya bang i-cover at least 3 yung DSR mo?
Mm.
Kung ang interest mo is 5, at least yung debt service ratio or DCR, debt coverage ratio, is times 3, around
Multiply
15.
by 3.
Yes.
Yun. Yan ang dapat tinitingnan nating margin.
Yes.
Now, sir, you touched on yung sa business nga, no? And you mentioned something about there are no bad investments, just bad investors.
Careless.
Or careless
Yes.
investors or yung bad decision making.
Yes.
Okay, kasi maraming ganyan. Marami po sa ating hindi naman po dahil hindi sila nag-isip, maaring yun nga, wala silang due diligence. Ano po yung mga telltale signs na tinatawag natin na ikaw ay maaaring isang careless investor?
Okay.
Ano yung mga pangitain? Maaari kasi you have to examine yourself also na careless investor ba ako or kailangan ko pang mag-aral?
Okay. Number one reason why they fail in business or investment, ito may katotohanan to masakit man tanggapin, is greediness.
Ayun na, sige.
Nabubulag ang mga tao because when they see the percentage of the return, parang meron dollar sign sa dalawang mata. Alam mo yun?
Chiching, chiching.
So, nakikita nila is
Nagbibilang na yan, sir.
sabi niya, milyonaryo na ako dito after 1 year. So, they get blinded because of the promises na hindi nila, so, yung supposed to be diligence na gagawin mo dahil nakita mo agad yung return, and because of the greediness, lumundag ka na bigla. Sinunggaban mo na yung opportunity without performing any due diligence or before mo kilatisin. So, yun yung number one reason why they fail. So, i-assess mo yung sarili mo. You need to know what is your tolerance level. There are certain 2 types of risks. Unang risk is yung investment risk. Yung risk or panganib na hindi kumita yung business or hindi kumita yung investment or malugi ka, yun yung investment risk.
At kailangan ba natin itong i-accept na maaring mangyari yan?
Yes, of course. And that's what the third definition of the investment. There's always an element of risk and return. In investment, the higher the risk, the higher the return.
Yes.
So, kapag in-analyze mo yung risk ng investment, the second type of risk that you need to analyze as well is yung tinatawag nating risk appetite. That's your self-risk.
Sarili mo na to.
Yung level mo, how can you tolerate risk? How can you tolerate yung without earning or losing your return or even losing the principal investment? That's risk appetite. So may 5 levels dyan May conservative hanggang sa pinaka highest level, aggressive. So you need to know ano ba yung risk appetite mo. The reason why you need to know this is your level of risk or your own risk appetite will determine how much effort you need to take on the diligence.
Yes.
Kapag alam mong aggressive ka,
kailangan mo mag-aral.
Mas maraming aral ang kailangan mong gawin. So, I'm talking about reading the background of the people behind running the business or the people where you will give your hard-earned money. So, of course, you need to know what is the source of your return. Maraming mga kababayan natin, when they see ROI, they look at it as a percentage.
Tama po ba yun o mali?
Tama siya kapag tinitingnan mo how much you will gain. But in diligence, it doesn't matter how much. Yung percentage will not matter at all. What is important is the source of the return. Ako'y magpapasintabi. Sorry sa mga tatamaan.
Sige.
Ganito yan ha. If your return is dependent on the number of recruits on the left and right.
Ay!
Okay?
Pak!
I can bet, I can guarantee you, your investment has been the ROI or the return of your upline. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
I totally see where you're
you need to
driving
know
us.
what is the source. Meaning, the reason why you invested your money is for it to be used as a capital for the operations.
Yes.
The return should not be dependent on the number of downlines or
Sa
recruits.
dami ng tao na iyong marirecruit.
Yes.
Oo.
So, marami tayong kababayan
may
dyan.
seniors, diba? May mga ganyan.
Oo. So, ako, sinasuggest ko talaga, marami tayong kaibigan na pumasok sa ganyan. Ang aking prinsipyo dyan, kilatisin mo muna. Is it really for you? If it is not, don't enter into any such thing.
And you know what's the sad part here, Sir Lyndon, is that ang dami kasi nating ding mga kabayan na pinopromote yung notion na madali, kaya mong gawin, kahit sino pwedeng pasukin to. When the truth of the matter is, it's not for everyone.
It's not.
It's not a cookie cut kind of business. And hindi naman lahat may skill para kung ito po ay sales driven, hindi naman lahat ay salesman. Hindi
Correct.
naman lahat kayang magbenta. So the truth of the matter is, babalik lang tayo doon. Kung yan ba ay para sa'yo, go ahead. If it's not,
Yes.
then you have to learn more.
So, balikan natin yung greediness. Kasi, ang ipakikita sa'yo ng mga naghihikayat ay background na may kotse sa likod, driving a Ferrari,
Naku!
pinangpapaypay
Ay,
yung
yung
pera, nakahiga sa kama na punong-puno ng pera. Yan yung mga typical na pang-come on, pang-attract. So, if you are blinded
By
by greediness, bulag ka na sa diligence. Wala nang kilatis kang gagawin kasi you are already sold. So naano ka na-attract ka na. So hangga't maaari, pasensya na sa mga kaibigan nating nasa linya na ganito, I would not recommend that. Kasi sorry to say, it's not for everybody. Maaring na-motivate ka because of those kind of pictures,
Right.
which may not be real. So, number 1, invest in learning. Number 2, diligence.
Yes.
So,
Huwag tayong mawawala dyan.
always do that.
Yan.
Yeah.
You want to greet our viewers kanina, Sir Lyndon? You want to say hi? Meron ka bang babatiin?
Oh yes,
Oo,
kung
sige po.
okay lang. Binabati ko yung mga kasama natin sa Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Doha. We call it PICPA Doha.
Hello!
Okay,
Kamusta po?
mga kasama natin dyan sa board, sa mga officers, sa council. Congratulations for a job well done. In fact, we will be attending the QFC Awards night tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
And we have been nominated. We were shortlisted as the top 3 best CSR.
Yee!
We are the most active Filipino professional organization in Qatar. So congratulations sa ating President Elmer Spiritu, and our previous President Sharon de la Cruz, at sa ating mga board of directors, Romel Wenda, and you know your names, guys. Congratulations. Job well done.
Too many to mention ba?
Yeah, too many to
Sana
mention.
nakikinig sila.
Yeah,
sir.
sana,
Oo.
sana.
Batiin din po natin si CJ Cordero. Sabi niya pa shoutout daw kay Merlan, kay Edmund, Harbin, Alpi, CJ Cruz from Alrayan City Project. Sila daw po ay nakikinig at nanonood ngayon.
Hello.
Hello kay Ems and Aya. Very informative daw po ang ating discussion. Ito po sobrang pa lang to kumbaga, talagang tip of the iceberg pa lang to, kabayan. Sana makabalik pa rin si Sir Lyndon.
Babalik ako dito.
Inshallah.
Oo, inshallah.
Yan. Hello to Milky, watching from San Francisco,
Oh,
California.
wow. Hello.
Sandali, pareho kayo na apelido.
Yes, he's my brother.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
Nice to know. Wow. Kamusta po ang ating signal dyan? Hello to Jovita Arivado. Sabi niya pa, shoutout naman kay Charlene, Gazelle, and Grace. And also to Conrad. Welcome back daw to Doha, Bro Lyndon. Conrad
hello.
Garcia.
Yes, hi
Ayan.
Conrad.
Sabi ni Tons Apuyan, sabi niya, listening here, Sir Lyndon. Hello to Wilson Natividad. Sabi niya, sila daw po ay nanonood. Hello daw kay Ronald, Bro Rafael, attorney ng Alpha Rafij Limousine. And to my tita, she's actually watching from the Philippines.
Oh, hi.
Yan. Batiin din natin si Kinj and si Kai Pao. Sabi niya, very nice topic, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga OFWs. Ayan, dahil dyan, babalik nga si Sir Lyndon. Sir, mukhang, okay, ang dami pa pala nito sa baba. Ito si Denmark, sabi niya, Sir, meron daw po ba kayo may isasuggest na, ito, siguro you can answer this na lang off-air, kasi insurance company at investment company. And you know, in the beginning of our discussion, sabi nga namin, na pag-usapan namin Sir Lyndon, is that we will not openly recommend any brand or any company at all. But later on, maaari namang i-add nyo. Pwede ka bang i-add sa Facebook,
Yes.
sir?
Let's stay connected in my social media account. Okay lang ba banggitin ko dito?
Of course, yes.
You can add me in Lyndon Magsino Facebook page and my individual account Lyndon M.
Ayan. So, pwede kayong yan, magtanong kay Sir Lyndon doon. And siguro at a certain point, maaring consultation fee na rin, ano?
Hindi,
Pero
libre,
ba?
libre yan.
Libre.
Education is free.
Ayun.
Actually, I'm just one coffee away. If you wanna talk to me,
Francis, you heard that?
And if you're generous enough, siguro buffet will do.
Ayan.
Pero one Starbucks is good enough for me.
Easy to please ka pala, sir.
Tayo naman OFW rin tayo.
Ayan, very good.
Yes.
Ayan, sir, batiin din po natin si Aleph watching from Moitir. Piso Master, hello daw.
Hello.
Ayun. Mukhang sila yata yung manghihingi ng book mo, sir.
Yes.
If not today, is it okay if you leave these books with me? And
it's up to you to choose whoever is the winner.
Ayan. Thank you so much. At sir, siguro ikaw na lang magbabasa nitong iba mamaya.
Sure.
Marami tayong mga mga tanong pa dito. I guess let's get to this one question here before we close our discussion. Sir, ano daw po ba ang magandang investment?
Okay.
Ano bang madaling sagot dito in choosing an investment?
Okay. Number one, invest in learning. You need to know, lahat ng investment maganda. And sinabi ko nga kanina, there's no such thing as bad investment, but there are just so many careless investors. So, ako personally, I love stock market, I love real estate. Dalawa lang. Real estate, why? Because over the years, it is outperforming the S&P 500, all indicators. Real estate is still a number one, one of the best investment opportunity or vehicle. But make sure it falls within the definition of investment. There should be income generating, it should be appreciating in value, and there's element of risk and reward. So, real estate is a good investment. Especially kapag yan ay cash flow generating asset. So, meaning, halimbawa, apartment, or let's say mag-Airbnb ka kung nasa syudad yung bahay mo, nakatenga yung isang room mo, ipa-Airbnb mo. Ang lakas kumita niyan.
Pag-isipan ko na nga kasi asawa ko ayaw eh.
So maraming investment opportunities na pwede mong pasukin. Number two is stock market. Annually stock market is performing around 10 to 20%. So which is higher than the average prevailing interest.
Ito po ay steady growth.
Steady growth to. Steady growth. The reason why stock market is good because yung mga companies within the stock market are really operating. May operation niya. For example, bili ka ng JFC or Jollibee. Okay? Kita mo,
ang Jollibee
nagsaserve talaga ng pagkain.
Correct.
Okay? Hindi yung magbebenta ng mga pampaputi, pag hindi nakabenta or walang recruit, wala kang kita, walang return, di ba?
Yeah.
So, kita mo ang mga nasa PSE, Philippine Stock Exchange, may operations talaga.
Ito po yung ano ba yung tawag natin dito? Basket, like top 30 companies, meron silang dyan, di ba?
You can invest in ETFs or group of companies na alam mong solid company,
Correct.
blue chip companies ang tawag dyan, blue chips.
Ano po ba yung mga kumpanya na right off the bat alam natin na ito yung talagang gearing towards consumers, pagkain,
yung mga number one formula sa diligence, yung letter D is demand. So kung may time kayo, get a copy of the Piso Master, you will know that the diligence formula, number one is demand. So kung walang need, walang demand, yung sales ng business is zero or very low. So mababankrupt yung business, wala kang kikitain. So number one rule is diligence. I-analyze mo, may demand ba yung company? Pag walang demand, don't invest. So kasi doon mabubuhay yung company sa need, sa sales. So stock market is a good platform, you avail it. So maraming nagtatanong din sa akin, maganda ba ang cryptocurrency?
Ah,
as
yes!
investment.
Naku,
So,
yes, please.
ako personally,
Let's talk about that.
it's like, ang analogy ko dito, if you want a cell phone is created for communications, right? For messages, calls, ganyan. The moment you use your cell phone as a hammer, pinampukpok mo
Pamato.
sa pako, ginawa mong martilyo, hindi yun yung usage ng cellphone,
Yes.
di ba? Masisira siya. The same way sa ating cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Currency is created, or cryptocurrency, as a medium of exchange,
Right.
not as an investment vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I don't recommend crypto, there's no intrinsic value.
Mm-hmm.
Although Basel, yung ating global central bank, banking supervision globally, they are now creating digital currency din.
Mm-hmm.
Digital currency, which is that's where we are heading,
Opo.
going digital na. Pero currency
As an
for me
investment.
is not a good investment because the value, the ups, the fluctuations, the volatility is dependent on the hype, based on
Yes.
the supply and demand, based on speculation. A lot of people will say, I'm investing in cryptocurrency, and then ask them, what is cryptocurrency?
They could hardly
Something
explain
like,
it.
they don't know. It
Oo.
means they did not do the due diligence.
Right.
So in that case, you are not investing, rather you are speculating. So you need to know the difference. Are you really investing, or you're just speculating, praying and wishing na sana tumaas yung value
Yeah.
para may kitain ka?
Hindi yon, hindi hindi informed decision.
Hindi informed decision. So, kapag ikaw ay pinasok mo na yan, the only way you can get money is when you sell it. So, para maibenta mo yan at a higher price, i-hide mo rin yan. And it becomes the cycle. So, paano ka walang exit strategy? So,
Correct.
mahirap yun. So, I personally recommend invest on something na alam mo, na may knowledge ka. Real estate is very common because that's where we grow. Sa lupa tayo lumaki, sa
Opo.
bahay tayo lumaki.
Oo,
So,
kailangan
kita
natin
natin may tangible.
Right.
So, hindi man siya kumita, at least pwede mong matirhan. Worst scenario, tangible asset yan.
Correct.
Instead of paper investments like mutual funds, stocks, although stocks is a tangible investment as
Kasi
well.
we see the businesses thrive. Yeah.
So, invest on companies na pinapatronize mo din. So, yun. So, yun ang magaganda. Mutual fund, invest in your health. Number one capital natin as global Filipinos is our health. So, invest in your health, exercise, yun din. Buy life insurance.
Yeah. Kailangan yan eh.
Kailangan yan.
Marami pang ikukwento si Sir Lyndon, but we ran out of time, and he said that he'll be back soon. No pressure, pero sana next week agad. Kaalis
Hopefully.
na babalik na kagad. No, just kidding. But you know what? I think we hope that we've started a really good relationship
Yes.
so far through this conversation with Usapang OFW, and we could not thank you enough, Sir Lyndon, for
Maraming salamat
of
din.
course, sharing your time, your knowledge, your expertise, and wag po sana kayong magsasawa sa inyong mission.
Yes.
Alright? And sa lahat po mga nagtanong, si Sir Lyndon na po ang inyong kulitin. And again, how did they follow you on Facebook?
Lyndon Magsino, that's my Facebook page.
And let's spell your name para hindi po sila maligaw.
Lyndon Magsino, Magsino.
Ayan.
And search me in Pikpa Dubai, Pikpa Doha. You can also search for Piso Master, and then Philippine Business Council. So, nandyan tayo.
Oo, so ganun po nila kayo mahanap.
Yes.
Ayan, naroon spelling pa pala kami sa pangalan niyo kanina, sir. Ayan, Lyndon, right?
No,
Lyndon.
Lyndon.
Gotcha.
Lyndon.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Sir Lyndon. And we have to let you go. You have a big night tonight.
Yes.
And we wish you well, and we hope to have you back sometime soon. There you go.
Thank you.
That's a wrap up for us here on Usapang OFW. Keep it locked. Francis, no, that's actually, it's Joe coming up on the Midday Gem. Keep it locked right here on Combined Radio 94.3.
Thank you.